Hello and welcome to another tutorial by the Website Teacher. I'm Scott, and in this video we're going to take a look at modules and module positions in Joomla. So let's get started. So first we want to load up our Joomla website. So here we can see my freshly installed Joomla website where I've changed the standard template that Joomla has. Okay, so let's quickly look at what modules are. Modules are basically any chunk of functionality or content to your website. So for instance, this rotating image up the top here is a module, which has a description and images that change. The article is listed there. And then we've got a search function here, which is a module. With the standard installation of Joomla, you also have menu as a module and also a login module. And I believe there's a user manual module as well, and maybe a few others. However, since we changed the template in Joomla, it has a pretty complicated template system when you're creating a template. And the person who creates the template also assigns module positions. So when you switch between templates, in this case, I've switched from the default template to this classy home template. When you do that, the module positions may not line up. So the module position when the menu goes may be called something different between the two templates. Therefore, when you switch templates, some modules won't show and you'll have to change their positioning to get them to display correctly on the new site. Plus, when you install a new module, you've got to choose where you want it to be displayed. So you'll need to know which module positions to use. So I'm going to start by getting the menu back, the menu module, which currently isn't showing. This website's also reactive or responsive. So if I made it smaller, you can see there's a menu button. However, clicking it does nothing because there is no menu being displayed in that position. So let's fix that. So I'm going to log in here. So at the end of my site, I'm going to go /administrator and then just log in. Now I want to come up to extensions and select modules. If you want to know how to install new modules or components or extensions in general, I'll have another video tutorial for that, and that'll be linked in the description below. And okay, so currently these are all the modules installed, which are all active, so they should be displayed on the website. And by default, Joomla's positions are just position 0 numbered all the way up from like 1, 2, 3, and we've got 4 of them in position 7 there. So currently, I'm going to quickly just load up the site here as well. Currently, our site does not show the tags, the user menu, the login form. So many of these are not being displayed. So let's start by fixing the menu because we want to see that one. So I just select it here by clicking on it. And then on the right-hand side here, under position, we want to change this. So by default, it's using one of the active positions, which is not being displayed for this template. So I'm going to scroll up here and you'll notice every now and again you see a template name. So if we scroll up and find, for me, in this case, my classy home template, here are the module positions that this template uses. So now I've got to choose the correct one here. So for a menu, I would like it in the main menu position. So they've actually got one called main menu. Each template creator will call their positions something different, but they should be pretty self-explanatory. So I'm going to select that and now just click save. That keeps this page open in case this doesn't work. I want to try again. So that's saved. I'm going to come back and refresh this homepage. And there we can see we have a menu. Currently there's only home. There's no other items here, but the menu is showing. And if I make this page smaller again, we now have a menu button which loads the menu. Okay, so that's fixed. Now let's say we had a user login we also wanted to fix and put on the page. Come back here, we can close this now because that worked. And let's find that login form and select that one. And now we need to change the position. Scroll up until I see the classy home 3. Once you know what the positions are, you can just type them in and search for them. However, because it's a new template, I'm currently unaware of the exact names, so I'll just find them in the list. Let's say I want to put this login on a sidebar. I'm going to assume that they've called it left and right. So I'm going to put it on the right. So I'm just going to select that and then click save and refresh this again. And we can see now our login form is displaying on the right-hand side here. So if we had selected left, it would have put it to the left of the content. And if you have something in the left and the right, you'll have 3 columns then. You'll have a right, a left, and then the content will be squished in between. However, I don't like to clutter a site too much, so I'm going to leave it with just 2. right sidebar and the content. So let's also quickly just put in, so we can save and close that. Oh, we can just close that now. Let's also put in latest articles. That was a module as well. Let's change where it's displayed. I'm going to put that in the left position too. And you'll notice now the active positions are module positions being used at the moment. So for a shortcut, I can just select this right here. And now click save and close because I know that's going to be in the right spot, and just confirm that. So now we have latest articles showing as well. All right, so that's how you fix currently set modules to be displayed properly on a new template. You'll need to change their positions to the correct ones. However, now let's look at what we do when we add a new module. So all we do is go new. Now the options for a module type you have here will increase if you install new extensions that have a module component. So let's say we had a membership website and we wanted to have a list of users that are currently logged in. You've got this module here called Who's Online. So let's just select that one. And now this will be creating a new module for Who's Online. Now, what do we want to call this? Let's just call it Who's Online. And what do you want it to display? The number of guests and users, the usernames of users that are logged in, or both. I want it to only display actually active logged in users. So I'm going to select usernames. That way it won't show guests. Now I need to select a module position. So let's say I wanted to display this in, let's see what positions we got. We got breadcrumbs, left, main menu, newsflash. Let's just put it on the right sidebar as well. So I'm just going to select right. You can schedule this to be published at a certain date if you don't want it to go live now. So you can do that if you want. And you can also set it so that it will stop being published after a certain date. So it can be a time-sensitive publish for this module. However, I'm going to ignore both those because I just want them to be on fully all the time. Access level, this will say who gets to see this module. So if I set this to registered, only registered logged in users can see this. So in my case, I'm going to do that. I'm going to select registered. That way I'm only displaying other logged in users to people that are logged in, instead of displaying it to everyone that visits the site. And I'm happy with that. I'm going to go save. And now let's check that. Okay, so we can see it did nothing. That's because I'm still not logged in to the front end of the website. So now if I log in, I should be able to see logged in users in a list there. And now that's working. We've got a Who's Online, and currently I'm the only one online. However, if there were other users, they would be listed here too. Now, this is displaying 3 modules on the right, but what if this is not the order you wanted? For instance, I want this Who's Online to be at the bottom, not at the top. I can change its order by coming back in here. You can select the module you want to change, and then you just edit its ordering, and it will show the ones it's being ordered with. So at the moment, it's at the top. Let's say we wanted it at the bottom. You just select the position you want it to be in. So change that to 3, then click save. And now the new ordering will be with that one at the bottom and everything else gets pushed up one. So now if I refresh this quickly, that's done. So now that's at the bottom and logins at the top. All right, so that covers managing modules and their positions. If you'd like to learn how to install new modules or just installing new extensions in general, there's a tutorial for that, and that'll be linked below this video. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, please subscribe and hit that like button. And thanks for watching.